Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so earlier today we got the data download for both versions, which included the Trunks EZA, which of course we've seen the details for already, but also all of the stuff for the upcoming World Tournament, including the Awakenings and the EZAs, which we will go through. And of course we have the ESBR Stage 78 Heavenly Events. Crazy, everyone's favorite category, right? So very small data download, but we're going to go through the info here. We're going to go through the details of the World Tournament, Awakenings and EZAs, and then talk about some of the upcoming missions. A lot of this stuff is all going live tomorrow, and then obviously the World Tournament starts on Friday. There was a brief bug with the World Tournament on Global, but it was fixed very, very quickly. So I guess we'll talk about it very briefly, just for those of you who don't know about it. It lasted for about 45 minutes to an hour, I think, this morning. Basically, after the data download on Global, there was an issue in the files where the start date of the World Tournament had been set to be too early. Apparently, it was set for the 12th of December, which is when the World Tournament should start, but for 2015 instead of 2025, which means as soon as the data download occurred, obviously, you know, being today the 8th of December, that's obviously after the 12th of December 2015. So the World Tournament just went live. And so some people were able to play it for a little bit, able to do some runs and get some stones from doing like the early clears, but obviously it's now closed. And like I say, I think they fixed it within an hour. I didn't even get a chance to actually get into it. Obviously all the points and ranks and everything will be reset by the time it starts on Friday, but a couple of people were able to get in and get a couple of stones. The Awakenings didn't go live early or anything like that, so it was just a minor bug, minor glitch, which has been fixed very quickly. No real impact, but again, a couple of people were able to get a couple of free stones out of it, which if you were able to get in time and get that, then GG, congrats, I guess, yeah, for the free extra stones, always helpful. But yeah, so in terms of what's in the data download, shout out to Proton as always for the thread. Make sure you are following him over on Twitter. So we've got our World Tournament EZAs, the AGL Piccolo Jr. from the DB Saga banner. We have the LR Jackie Chun, and then there's the TUR Awakening for the INT Bojack movie Trunks. And as I say, we'll go through all of their details here in a moment as well. Extreme Super Battle Road, I should say, Heavenly Events. So that goes live tomorrow at 8 AM UK time, basically when I start my early stream tomorrow. Trunks' EZA also goes live tomorrow. It goes live a couple of hours before. So by the time I go live, this will have been out for a couple of hours. I'll probably start running the first couple of stages while I'm setting up the stream, so that once the stream goes live, we can do the new ESBR, we can finish off Trunks' Extreme Z Battle and start testing him out in some events. But yeah, that goes live tomorrow at 5 AM UK time. The category weakness is Target Goku. So there's all the assets and the medals for him. Then all the assets for the World Tournament. So I guess the bonus team, the Android Army team, is going to be more likely to show up because we're in the Android 16 celebration. Also the Legendary Power team, which is cool because that obviously gives you the highest bonus points possible. Then we also have Special Ticket 14 is in the files. This will obviously be for Dokkan Day, which will be, of course, as always, on the 15th, which is next Monday. We are expecting the Part 2 LR to drop either on like the 15th or the 16th. So these will of course be for the Part 2 LR banner to get some free summons. And yeah, that is basically it. So not a huge amount in the data download, nothing we didn't know about already, aside from, I guess, specifically which units were going to awaken and obviously their details. But everything we were kind of expecting from the data download is here. So let's go ahead and take a look at these World Tournament characters that we are going to be getting. So we start off with the INT Trunks. This is the only one that I've properly looked at before making the video, because obviously these details were up as I was starting the stream this morning, so we were talking about it a little bit on the stream. He seems pretty good. So his super attack is he raises attack and defense for 1 turn, supreme damage and high chance to stun. Pretty standard super attack effect. Would be nice if it was greatly raised, but he gets a lot of stats from his passive. Now, he's a free-to-play character, so his stats aren't like super high to begin with, but his passive skill, Battle against the Intergalactic Warriors, or the Galactic Warriors, attack and defense 200%, changes key spheres of physical to rainbow, then high chance of evading enemies' attack, Movie heroes or hybrid Saiyans category allies 2 key, 60% attack and 40% defense. Bear in mind it doesn't say self-excluded, so that's already 240% defense. Then for every rainbow key sphere obtained, attack and defense 50% up to 150. And then chance to crit 10% up to 30, chance to dodge 5% up to 15. So if you pick up 3 rainbow orbs, his dodge chance goes up to 65%. He has 30% crit chance and he has an extra 150% to stats. So that makes what? 390% defense so far. When there's another movie heroes or hybrid Saiyans ally attacking in the same turn, launches an additional super, attack and defense 50% up to 150, crit chance 10% up to 30, and dodge chance 5% up to 15 per rainbow key sphere obtained. Now this part is literally just a copy of the other rainbow key sphere obtained part. So basically, if he has a hybrid Saiyan or a movie hero ally on rotation with him, it's like double the effect of this, right? So if you get 3 rainbow orbs, he's getting 300% attack, 60% crit chance, and 30% chance to dodge. So bearing in mind that he already has 50%, that means with 3 rainbow orbs picked up, he has 80% chance to dodge. And remember, he makes rainbow orbs, specifically changing physical to rainbow. So you can, like, if you know he's on the next turn, you can save physical orbs deliberately for him to then change into rainbow. And then also, if there's an extreme class enemy, he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type other than int and physical to rainbow. So against an extreme enemy, he's a double rainbow orb changer, because he'll change physical orbs to rainbow, and then he'll change another type of orb that isn't int to rainbow as well. So getting 3 rainbow orbs of him is probably not going to be too difficult for him to get repeatedly, which is pretty good. In terms of 200% leaders, this Trunks is on Bond of Parent and Child already, isn't he? So he's on the full leader skill for the Gohan, Goten and Trunks, the blue Goku. He's on movie heroes, although I forget what's the extras for their leader skill. Gifted warriors, because yeah, he's not going to be on transformation boost or inhuman deeds. He's not on gifted warriors, is he? That's a shame. So he's not on the full leader skill for the movie bosses / movie heroes team, although he will be a very good support unit for that team. But yes, he'll fit quite nicely on the Gohan, Goten and Trunks or the blue Goku team as well. So that's pretty good. So this guy, I think, definitely seems pretty solid with a good amount of crit in his passive. He seems like he's probably just going to be a full dodge and then additional character. Because the only thing he doesn't have is any sort of built-in additional chance, and he has 80% dodge. So I would probably go full additional, like 15 additional, and then he's going to end up with what, like 14 dodge because he's an int unit. So I think that would be pretty good. He seems very solid. So then we have the LR Jackie Chun. So he's getting his EZA. His 12 key super, raised attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage, great chance to stun. Then the 18 key super, raised attack and defense for 4 turns, mega colossal damage and a high chance to stun. So good super attack effects. This will obviously stack even if you float him off. He'll have that buff for the next turn, which is pretty good. A fight befitting the final is his passive. Key 4, attack and defense 180%. World Tournament or Battle of Wits allies 3 key, attack and defense 50%. Attacks effective against all types. I like the fact they are adding in these other categories for these guys, because like World Tournament's not a team that people are going to use particularly very much. So like Battle of Wits as another option for him is kind of cool. When there's another World Tournament or Battle of Wits ally on the same turn, he gets an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super. Honestly, with these free-to-play like World Tournament cards, I don't see why this isn't just guaranteed. It's not like he would be busted like, oh my god, he's the best free-to-play unit in the game now, if he just got a guaranteed additional super, but it is what it is. For every super performed, he gets 1 key up to 4 and 50% attack and defense up to 150. So 3 supers to get the full stat buff, 4 for the key. For every attack received or evaded, key 1 up to 4 and attack and defense 50% up to 150. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 24 key, he gets another 100% attack and defense. When receiving an attack from an enemy who was hit by his 18 key super, he gets 100% defense and 50% damage reduction. So since he gets this buff when he dodges as well, I feel like he is another character that is just going to be full dodge and then a bit of extra additional so that you can get these extra attacks as quickly as possible. He's effective against all types, so crit isn't as important And then, yeah, obviously him getting the damage reduction after he hits an enemy with his 18 key super is always a thing that he's had, which is pretty good. So, I mean, like, his post super defense will be relatively good, and he's going to have 50% damage reduction, but that's not the craziest. So he's not going to be like, you know, toughest event in the game killer, but obviously he's a very limited unit as it is anyway on teams that they themselves are pretty limited, World Tournament especially. Battle of Wits could be interesting, but yeah, he seems solid, but definitely not anything super, super crazy. And then the Piccolo Jr., greatly raised attack and defense of 1 turn, supreme damage and a high chance to stun. 2 key attack and defense 200%. Launches an additional with a high chance to become a super, high chance to crit. When there's a tournament participants or Turtle School enemy, he gets 2 key and attack and defense 150%. So, I mean, this is good, I guess, for any superclass boss events with a Goku. He's going to have that. Tournament participants will be relevant for some extreme enemies as well, like Cell, if we get new events with like Bojack and stuff like that, but not like super, super common in the toughest endgame content at the moment, unfortunately. When facing only one enemy, he gets a guaranteed additional super attack and has guard. Okay, so that's good. So against one enemy, he's getting a guaranteed additional super, so it's a second greatly raise. He also does have the additional with a high chance to become a super, so he could triple super. He's got guard, so that's good. Before attacking with 12 or more key, he has great chance of evading. So if he's in slot 1, he has a 70% chance to dodge as long as you've got 12 key. And then when attacking with 12 or more, he has 200% attack and defense. The problem is, even with guard, before attacking, he's not going to be very tanky. So even though he's going to have the 70% chance to dodge, it's probably going to be very, very risky to put him in slot 1. But then, because then at least when he attacks, he gets an extra 200%. When attacking with 12 or more keys starting from the 3rd turn, from his entry turn, he gets an extra 250% attack and 150% defense, 1 time only, with a guaranteed crit, and stuns the attacked enemy for 3 turns. So in shorter content, pretty good on like turn 3, especially in anything like Super Battle Road, any additions or further events like Battle Hunt Formidable Foes and stuff like that, where things like stunning can actually be used. It's quite interesting. And then when attacking with 12 or more keys starting from the 6th turn, he gets a 1-time 200% attack and 100% defense, guaranteed crit, and seals for 2 turns. So this guy seems to be designed for events that will go a little bit longer, which we don't really have a lot of at the moment, especially those where status effects would actually be useful, which is kind of annoying. When attacking with 12 or more key from the 9th turn, he then just gets a permanent attack 150 and defense 50% and seals the attacked enemy super. But that's from like the 9th. I don't know. I do not understand this design at all. Like, what events are we going to be using this guy in that go for 9 turns? Because he's not a permanent stacker. So, like, if this was permanent stacking, then maybe that would make sense for him to be like a festival unit or something with the mission for extreme types where there is an extreme AGL required. But, like, that seems like very odd design. So I don't think there's really many events where he's going to be particularly useful. Although I talked about this when talking about the Trunks EZA and why it seems like his design is so odd. Like, I guess if we move into the anniversary and the new meta becomes longer events that aren't having a bunch of like rotation locking and dodge cancelling and all that kind of stuff, and we go back to slightly longer like fights, this guy maybe could be useful. But in terms of like when he releases on Friday, I can't see a huge amount of use for this guy, unfortunately. Again, this guy's solid, but not on teams that really get run. Trunks actually seems pretty good, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking him out for sure. So if we take a look at the upcoming missions, we obviously have the World Tournament. So there's just missions for winning a bunch of times. Using a World Tournament character on your team can get you some extra buffs as well. Then we've got the Special Day, Dokkan Special Day, which of course is on the 15th. So as always, we'll be able to get the 14 free tickets and some meat items, which obviously the World Tournament will be over by then. But for people who just go ham and use all their meat items during the World Tournament, get a few more of those back. We've still got these weekly missions going on. They reset today as well, so you can get a ticket, which you have to save up for the anniversary. There was the ability to use the first tickets that were given out to open the chest early, but that has gone now as of today. So these tickets will still be usable, but not until the anniversary for the chance to get some free stones. Then there's the Extreme Z battle missions, which obviously are just use the category Target Goku and beat some of the stages within a certain time, which will be very easy to do as you go through the 30-stage EZA for the AGL Trunks, and then of course the mission for just beating the ESBR stage to get the skill orbs, some stones, and more of the medals to EZA the androids and earthlings support memory. 2 more stages to go to finish this current set, and then this will be done. And then we'll be moving on to, I can't even remember what the one after this was, but we'll be moving on to getting the medals for the next one. So yeah, that's all the missions and everything upcoming with this update, data download, everything that will be going live tomorrow. The Trunks EZA, the ESBR stage, and then all the World Tournament stuff is on Friday. So hopefully it'll be interesting to see what Trunks' EZA is going to be like in game. Like I say, we'll be doing that on stream tomorrow. And then the World Tournament stuff Friday. I'll be doing my World Tournament weekend subathon event. So starting Friday afternoon at 4 PM UK time, which I believe is like 8 AM Pacific, 11 AM Eastern. I'll be going live to grind the World Tournament. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. What do you think of the Awakenings and the EZAs? I do think the Trunks is pretty good. I'm looking forward to trying him out. So let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.